The Immaterial Games Podcast with these guys.
So, has anyone asked Google why conflicts were invented?
No, because a Google page of someone's Quora response is not the reason they were invented.
Have you? Is that what it reads?
I've seen the page. That's not what it reads. It was someone's
invented by monks.
Oh no, I got one that apparently said that it was a masturbatory device.
It was an anti-masturbation device made by monks.
No. I believe that comes on the line of bullshido.
Yeah.
Sorry, bullshit.
By the way, if you ask Alexa, she'd give you a complete and utter different thing. She's
While you're here, ask Alexa.
Amazon, why were cornflakes invented?
The story of cornflakes goes back to the late 19th century, when a team of Seventh-day Adventists began to develop new foods to adhere to the vegetarian diet recommended by the church. Members of the group experimented with a number of different grains, including wheat, oats, rice, barley and maize. John Harvey Kellogg contributed to the invention of cornflakes.
That's it.
Wow.
Hooray! That sounds plausible, and we all got to learn something about
It's made for vegetarians.
Yep, still there to this very day.
So vegetarians have been ruining food for a long time, is what you're implying.
Yeah.
Because fuck cornflakes.
I think I was watching this morning. What is it? And they were talking about like a vegetarian menu, book that's come out. It's about so how does it make meat eaters want to have this book? Well, it's the textures and the flavors that makes you not miss the meat. It's like why? Because we're using this fucking barbecue peri sauce on it. So well, if you're gonna slather it with fucking really sweet meat tasting fucking sauces, it's not gonna really miss the meat, are you? But I think it kind of defeats the thing of vegetarian.
Sweet. Well, let's add vegetarianism to the blacklist that we seem to be having, and let's get this podcast going. This is the Immaterial Gamers podcast, as opposed to the Immaterial Vegetarians podcast, which is starting never.
Yeah, I don't see that one taking off.
You never know, we might all become vegan next year.
No. Just giving you a little spoiler warning. No.
You know what? I'm with you on that one, mate.
I'm not giving up.
I could probably do that thing that some people do where you go vegetarian for like a day or two a week, but like not even like full vegan, you know. Eggs and stuff. I gotta eat eggs. But
I love the whole thing of vegans protest that we don't kill animals. Yet you ask a farmer who grows their stuff and goes, I kill more stuff as a vegan farmer than I do as a regular farmer.
Yeah, and it just ends up being wasted meat because,
True.
It's stupid.
It's also wasted manure. It's also
to
wasted
each their
manure.
own.
We're bastards. Manure was made to make things grow.
Oh, man. So that there is the voice of Stefan.
YOLO!
And the other voice that you heard before was Duncan.
Yeah, that's me. I'm still here.
And I'm Ryan, just making sure. I just wanted to introduce myself last for a change.
Not Tim again.
No, I am certainly not Tim. I'm Ryan. But, yeah.
Just want to make sure. Tim's a scary fucker.
Yeah, well, it's been an interesting week this week. I got a new job, which I start... Actually, as the podcast comes out, I will have started my first day.
Hooray!
I'm going to say right now...
Your last day's Monday, innit? In your other work.
Yeah.
God, I wouldn't have done that Monday.
Yeah, my last day was Monday. It was a very bittersweet day, but Tuesday was a very exciting day, and I was very happy to have done it.
Well, good for you, man.
Yeah.
When do we set the fires?
We do not set the fires.
I mean, like on the giant warning torches we have.
What? Steph, have you been using the non-existent Immaterial Games budget to be buying beacons?
Let's just put it, every church tower in the whole of Wyminshire is now a beacon.
What do you think this is, Lord of the Rings?
No, it's Lord of the Immies.
Lord of the Immies. Lord of the Fire Flimmies.
When one fire starts, all Immies will know about it.
We're the fellowship of the gamers.
Yeah. The Grand Company. Sorry, there's been a lot of Final Fantasy XIV on the brain.
I've had a lot of Star Trek.
Yeah. I mean, we've had an interesting week. I mean, now that this is recording, this is going to come out before, or this is going to come out after. It's going to come out after Going Rogue has come out. I've finally done it. I did my 10th attempt.
10th attempt.
Finally made that robotic girlfriend you've been trying to do?
No, I made 10 attempts to beat what was, at the time I started, the current end point of the game.
What game?
And I got close. What?
What game?
Hades.
Fair enough.
It's the one that I've been doing every week for the past 8 weeks. But, yeah, it was good. I actually got cripplingly close to beating the game in 10 attempts.
Cripplingly?
Yeah.
Like you got there and then the excitement got to you so bad you're just like, oh god, I'm maimed.
No, it's because I was taking on good old Dad Hades himself, and he cripplingly slowed me down to the point where he slowly but surely killed me.
Now you're inventing new words. Cripplingly?
Crippling is a word.
Cripping is not.
Cripping isn't now. Crippling
It sounds like it should be.
You're a cripper.
Yeah, you mother cripper. So, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry,
It sounds
Daddy
more like
Hades,
it should be a gardening.
rip your legs off or whatever.
Yeah, he eventually destroyed me, which means I didn't beat the game in 10 attempts. But I might as well have done. So that's a victory for me, and a victory for Going Rogue.
Hooray!
So then, the floor's open for anyone else now. But that was my week. What about your 2 weeks?
Pretty good. Can't think of what happened. Dot. All right. Well, my
Morse
mom
code.
got. My mom got approved to move her business to a new place.
Nice.
Which is great. It'll be like half the rent, like 6 times the space. It's a pretty good upgrade.
I'd say it's pretty damn good.
Yeah. No, she's pretty excited about it. She and my sister are in Montreal right now, so I'm alone.
Oh,
I'm alone in my quiet house.
Mr. Lonely.
Well,
Bet you've got your dogs though.
And the birds.
And he's probably got his dad as well.
Yeah, my dad's here, bitching at the birds, as usual. That's all he does.
I mean, though, to be honest, the way that those birds act, I could see it.
It's like that bird reminds me of the birds that live in Wivenshaw. When you want to lie in, they just keep going. It's like fuck off.
Yeah, 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I'm trying to sleep.
Outside your window. So yeah, I had that happen a couple of days back. I left the window open in the lounge. Yeah, and there was just a fucking pigeon just sat on the open window, staring in with stupid beady eyes, just looking at me in the corner as I was trying to edit as well, and just like. Yeah. So, that's
then Ryan slowly pulls a gun from beside his desk.
Yep. Yep. Actually, that's just reminded me of my work, though, that we had 2 instances in the same day of a pigeon just smacking against the window.
Same pigeon.
Then one we watched as it desperately tried to stop slamming into the window and just tickled it with its claws things.
Wait a minute, I've seen this before. Brakes! Crack.
And then the following day we saw a dead pigeon on the path.
It came back. We're putting it out.
Attack. The near-death experience freaked him out so bad he just had a heart attack and died on his way back to his home.
Yep, indeed. But yeah, Steph, how's your week?
Star Trek-y, annoying people, got an achievement, and that took 5 years.
Ah, I call that Tuesday.
No, I need to get that one.
Well, except for the achievement part.
Yeah. But, no, that's good. It's good. Right, well, in that case, we best kick this up a gear and we get on to our usual flow of business. So, without further ado, it is time to delve into the knowledge of what we played last week with What's Been Played.
What's been played?
So, Steph, you weren't here last week due to the nap that you took before the podcast and then woke up after the podcast.
I think I woke up in the middle of it.
Yeah, you did, because you messaged me on Discord at that point, just like, are you doing the podcast now? I was like, yes.
And I was like, I watched this. Yeah, I wasn't. I was sleepy.
Okay, so what have you been playing this week, sir?
The thing I've mainly been playing is Star Trek Fleet Command. on my
the mobile game. Yeah.
Which
Bobble.
at the current moment, I'm in the top guild.
Oh, yeah.
It's a guild of my own heart. We piss off everyone. We destroy everything and anything. It's there. It's in our way. Get rid of it.
Sounds like a Klingon.
That's strange enough who I'm aligning myself with at the minute. Because you can pick who you want, no matter with your clan. Your clan will always be just your group of people. Outside of that, you can be Klingon, Federation, or Romulan. At the minute, I am friendly neighbours with the Klingon. I live with the Klingons.
Friendly neighborhood is Klingon. It's just like, oh, hey, neighbor, what are you up to? It's like, nothing much. Just disemboweling this Romulan, you know.
Just killing
Typical
people.
Wednesday morning, right?
Yeah, I'm just fighting for honor. And you?
Oh, no, I'm expecting to die in combat later today, which is pretty cool,
Good day
I guess.
to die. Leave it alone.
It's always a good day to die, as I always say.
God, I'm picturing like a Mr. Rogers Klingon. Hello,
Exactly.
hello, neighbor.
Klingon with like a nice suit and like khakis.
Imagine if a Klingon was a bit like Ned Flanders. Your neighbour, hello, but
Howdy ho, neighborino. Today looks like a great day to die.
As he walks out of his house with a bat lift.
Well, he's just stabbing people. You know, just stab. Big grin on his face.
Yeah, and he's just wearing the Ned clothing though as well. So it's
Yeah.
just,
The sweater. The sweater and the glasses and everything.
The sweater, the pink polo shirt, and the and the bat lift. So
yeah.
So yeah, what is Fleet Command then?
What is Fleet Command?
Yeah, it is. I'm not sure how to actually say. Okay, you're in the Star Trek galaxy. So
Okay.
you've got the faction spaces like Federation, Romulan, Klingon, and there is another one which no one has access to yet because the event's not gone on yet.
Is it Dominion by any chance?
It's yellow. That's as much as I know, and it's really small.
Then it's probably would be the Dominion.
I know nothing about Star Trek lore, so.
And then after that, you've got a giant open space that's just like none space. It's no one's territory. That's where most of the players live and start off in. And after you slowly, the higher you get to a faction, the higher the levels are of the space areas.
Yeah.
Like currently, I'm living in the Klingon homeworld. Well, my station's around the Klingon homeworld anyway. But you start off with a station, one little ship, and from there you just upgrade everything. It's a very time-based thing, so it does take a few hours to get like anywhere in the game. It is a very thing of if you've got money, pay to win. It is very that, and there's a lot of people in my clan.
Don't you hate to hear that?
There's a lot of people in my clan who do pay because they're like already the top levels and the highest power in the game on our server anyway. Our servers,
we were just talking about a whole lot about that last podcast.
We were.
The server's I think 4 weeks old now. I've been playing it for free, so I missed the first week. And I think I'm 150 something with strength of the whole server. So right now I'm not doing that bad.
Good.
I've made a few friends in it who one is being my my boss in the game who runs our clan. He is a little devil. To be honest,
A little devil.
He's the one who got me in the clan because one day I was just sat there reading the global chat while I was in this clan that didn't really do much. And I just saw him arguing with other people, going, yeah, well, if it's their mate, I'm going to kill it. And I'm thinking, I think like that. So I spoke to him the next day, and he was like, well, so what clan are you in? I told him what clan I was in. He went, yeah, we've never had an issue with them. Yeah, you can join us. So I left my clan and joined him. And that's how I joined the strongest clan in the game.
That sounds right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we are called the Hunters.
The power of the internet, bringing people of similar ideologies together from all over the universe.
But
for better or for worse.
Yep.
I'm not sure when the game will ever be updated, but most of it seems really based around the Spock era with I forgot his name, James T. Kirk.
A
lot of it's
Tiberius Kirk.
It's all based around that time by the looks of it, because the amount of people you can get so far are all people from that era.
Right, okay.
So I don't know if they ever plan
the,
on, when they get higher levels and shit like that, is upgrading it
or
to have
TOS.
other,
Yes.
like, Star Trek worlds into it.
OST is original soundtrack.
No, the original series.
The original soundtrack.
Yeah.
Da 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 da.
Okay.
The
Wait,
only
hold on,
reason
that's
I've got
the
involved-
TNG TOS.
Oh, whoops.
Oh yeah, it was, wasn't it? Strange
Yeah.
enough, I've been watching Deep Space Nine
So
recently.
actually, so that being said, if you had the official soundtrack of the original series, does that make it the TOS TOS?
Ooh.
No, because we just established that TOS is the original series and OST is the original soundtrack.
Ah, of
It'd be the
course,
it'd be the TOS OST, and people would be like, "What the fuck are you on about?"
I'm wondering what you're on about. I'm lost.
Sorry, Steph.
I feel like I should have started playing. I should have started playing it. Talked a bit and I was like, yeah, carry on, people.
Good old classic. But yeah. So you're enjoying it then?
Oh hell yeah! I mean, I'm loving it. Well, see now I have not stopped playing for 3 weeks, and it is something I go back to quite regularly. I'll be in work, and he'll be like, "Oh,
He
quick,
hasn't
jump
eaten.
onto this."
He hasn't slept.
I wish that was the case.
He doesn't bathe. He doesn't do anything.
Right now, I'm trying to kill a clan called FK, DFT, and FK something else. I can't remember what they were.
Or just the entire clan?
Oh, well, I'm trying to cripple them. Total cripple them.
Okay.
And strange enough, the rest of my clan has the same purpose with them, so they're all taken out on them.
Very snuff.
We don't like people.
Did you say fairy snuff?
That's what he did say. Yes, he did say that.
Ryan snuffing fairies. Jesus,
I know,
what a
innit?
horrible thing to say.
It just happens. Right. So anyway,
It
moving
just
on past.
happens.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't know that that's a true statement.
Well, I've just exposed who I am as a human being, and
Or someone who sits on fairies or something. I don't know.
So Duncan, what have you been playing this week?
Oh, thanks for asking. I played. I've actually been playing.
It's forgot.
An emulation of a game.
Ooh.
Yes.
Is it virtual?
A totally legally obtained copy of a video game that I definitely have purchased at some point.
Alternatively acquired. I get it.
Quickly looks on eBay to see if there's a legal copy out there somewhere. But yeah, it's so I've been, after getting my toes wet. I can't even say my feet wet. I barely got my toes in there. After getting my toes wet in the new Fire Emblem game.
Oh yeah.
I've been kind of craving some Fire Emblem, and so I was gonna bring out my 3DS and crack open Fire Emblem Fates. But then I'm like, I don't really like Fates that much, honestly. I'd rather play Awakening. I don't have a copy of Awakening anymore. It seems to have disappeared on me. It's not on my DS either. So I couldn't play Fire Emblem Awakening. And I was tempted to play Three Houses like on my own, but I kind of wanted to make, the series that we're currently developing be like my entire blind playthrough of the game. Knowing nothing about the game, knowing nothing about its mechanics or characters or lore or anything, it'd be kind of fun to just play a game, know nothing about it, and just experience it raw.
Yeah.
So instead, what I decided to do is I've got a VBA emulator here, because that's what we use to play Pokemon Emerald. And so I downloaded Fire Emblem 2003. I don't know what its original Japanese name is, but in the West it was just referred to as Fire Emblem because it was the first Fire Emblem game that was released internationally.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and I've been playing a little bit of that, mostly this morning. And it's classic Fire Emblem stuff. It's a much more bare bones version of Fire Emblem than modern players would be familiar with.
And
yeah,
it's just gonna play like all the rest, isn't it? Really,
it plays like most of the rest, but there are a few key differences that were parts of the older games that, like I say, a lot of people won't recognize from if they're only played the newer games. Like, for example, in older Fire Emblem games, there wasn't, like, an overworld or anything, like, you just progressed through the story, Every chapter was just new fight, and you would have, an opportunity to move your items around and stuff, maybe have some conversations, and then you just go into the fight. You know?
Okay,
occasionally you would have the option to take on what's up stuff.
I've looked it up. The first Fire Emblem was Fire Emblem, Shadow Dragon, and the Blade of Light.
There you go.
According to this. This came out in 1990.
But is that the name of the one that went international, or was that like the first Fire Emblem game?
That's the one we went. What console was it on?
GBA.
It might not be showing all of them then.
Anyway, the whole thing is, but anyway, it's like you don't even have like the opportunity to buy stuff at a store. You know, like when you buy stuff during the mission, like during the battle. You go to armories and potion shops in the battle to do your shopping. It's that like streamlined.
Yeah.
Whereas, in newer games, it's like you could take time to, you have your own little hub world. You can go buy items. You can fight random enemies. You can grind. You can do side quests. You can do all kinds of stuff in a non-linear fashion in the newer Fire Emblem games. And now with the latest Fire Emblem game, you have like straight up just like third-person exploration in your little hub world, a la like a Final Fantasy type game, which is like, oh my god, what game even is this? Sounds right. But yeah, no, it's been kind of fun. The Fire Emblem GBA is actually really good. It's a very good looking GBA game. I mean, obviously you have to get past the fact that it's from 2003, so obviously it's, it doesn't look all shiny and sparkly like newer games do, but like as far as like pixel art, like GBA style 32-bit pixel art goes, it's pretty solid. The animations are really good. Music is phenomenal, as
it seems to be with those games.
Indeed, Fire Emblem music is generally pretty good. I didn't particularly like the soundtrack to the Wii game Radiant Dawn, mostly because it was just a very generic sounding orchestral score. It didn't really have the same punch as any of the older ones, or the same like focus or elegance of the newer ones. But yeah, it's a good game. I'm probably gonna play that every once in a while, just at the very least until my sister comes back. I don't know if I'll keep playing it once we get back to playing Three Houses, but it's something to satiate my Fire Emblem cravings until we get back on track with that. Still need to find a time slot for that.
Well, like I say, with the fact that Going Rogue has finished for now, the Monday slot is free for summer. But that also being said, the Wednesday slot with Shared Reflections on hiatus is also free. So either way,
freedom is very frequent.
Yeah. So there's plenty of space for it. We'll get it sorted. Now that I'm thinking about it, it could probably go in the Monday slot. And then I could just work on that in lieu of doing any sort of recording myself for a little bit. So it's there, but yeah, watch this space because there's going to be some Fire Emblem stuff going on.
Yeah, Fire Emblem.
So yeah, cool. So I haven't played much new this week. In fact, I'm scratching my head thinking of actually anything new I played this week. I haven't, so I'm just going to talk more about Final Fantasy XIV Online, because I did say I was going to.
It's back.
Yeah. So I've decided at this point I'm going to retire Leo Khan, the Hrothgar tank. I don't like playing it anymore.
No, not Leo Khan.
Yeah.
Classic Ryan name.
Yeah. So he's just sat there now on his own account. He's just going to be there. I may go back to him, it's just that he's not. Turns out gladiators aren't as fun a class to play compared to, well, basically, anything.
Any other class.
Anything.
Yeah.
It's like the Warriors in Conquer. It's just like, why the fuck would you even bother?
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. It's like, why
it's just
would
like,
you do this?
dumbass, you only pick Warrior as your first rebirth class. You don't actually play your first life as a Warrior, dum-dum.
No. So why?
I never did rebirth in Conquer.
What's that?
I never got far enough in Conquer to be able to reborn.
I did eventually, but only once the game had been, simplified enough that you could level up just literally logging on, clicking buttons.
Yeah, Rebirth was effectively
a tutorial.
Yeah, Rebirth was effectively a tutorial step in the new Conquers now. Like, here you go.
Practically.
Yeah,
it's like you weren't a real person until you had been reborn at least once.
Yeah. God, I remember actually having to do the quest for second.
Oh God, I remember it's like the quest for First Rebirth. It's just like, get some shit together, talk to this guy, and it's like, ta-da, you're a new guy. And then I started reading about the second Rebirth quest. It's just like a fucking hour of reading. It's just like, what even is this?
Yeah.
Get out of my face. Yeah. Or you could just buy a certain item and just go click.
Yeah, the Celestial Drill. Cheap.
Yeah, whatever it was called.
Yeah. But, yeah, none of that business. So, yeah, I've made an archer now. She's a weird cat thing. I don't know what sort of race she is. I didn't actually fully check.
Khajiit? It's a Skyrim reference.
Nice.
You'll make a fine rug, cat.
Ah, she's a Mikote.
Isn't that a Star Trek character?
No.
That's Chakotay.
No, but she's basically
Chipotle.
human. Yeah, Chipotle. Yeah, she's no. No, it's basically humanoid except she has a tail and ears. Like cat ears. Which is actually
so like every fucking fantasy
anime weeb.
Anime like animalistic character is just like, look, it's like a person except it has like ears and a tail.
Exactly.
Wait, aren't
it's
they
different
classed as
now.
a different race? What are they normally classed as?
No, I said they're called a Mikote. In this, they're called a Mikote.
They're called
Chipotle.
Chipotle.
I said they're humanoid, which means they walk around on two legs, have two arms, and generally facial features like a human.
I want to get just like a collection of every like lazy alternative human species along that line, where it's just like a person except it has like one or two animal features. It's like we got Lagoos from Fire Emblem, we've got the Faunus from Ruby, we've got these guys from Final Fantasy 14.
So I liked the thing with the Faunus in Ruby and the fact that they weren't all the same. It wasn't the Faunus was just like effectively some sort of mutation that gave them an animal body part.
I'd also love how it's always like, their explanation is like, that's a totally different species from humankind, except they're completely 100% intercompatible with humans, which means that by definition they are the same species, just a different like lineage.
Yeah, pretty much.
Biology fun fact: if you can breed with another animal and produce fertile offspring that can continuously reproduce itself, you are the same species by definition.
And there you go.
The more you know.
Da, 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 da. But yeah, what I notice, it's always the small things that I like, that I notice with games. And it's this and this one. Any sort of characters that have got like big protruding ears, don't just wear the normal helmets that you could wear on a character's, the big bronze dome helmet. It won't just be a bronze dome helmet. There'll be a special version of that one that has protruding ear slots, so they've got ear coverage. Or in the case of my one at the moment, she's wearing a bandana, so there's two slits in the top of the bandanas. Two slits in the top of the bandana, so her ears can just stick out.
Sounds about right.
But her name is Uzango Khan.
Uzango Khan.
Yeah, randomly generated first name.
Any relation to Sienna Khan? Speaking
No.
of Ruby.
No. Unfortunately
Shere Khan?
not. What,
Genghis Khan. Or Kangaskhan the Pokemon.
No.
Kangaskhan the Pokemon.
Khan from Star Trek.
Yes. No.
Oh, you got me excited there for a second.
I'm quite surprised you knew there was anyone called Khan.
Leo Khan.
Maybe very distant relationship. I mean, he was
oh my god, it's Leo Khan's daughter.
He's a giant cat man. She's a human cat woman. Maybe.
She's great granddaughter.
Yeah.
7 times removed.
And yet technology somehow hasn't advanced since Leo Khan's time.
No. It's exactly the same time period and all, I don't know. Well, I mean, I guess what they state with the characters on this, these were characters from the original Final Fantasy XIV, before they shut that server down and made a Realm Reborn. So it's like, alright, everyone failed, so we're just going to send you through time once this calamity. It's funny how they call it the calamity, with how calamitous the original design of the game was.
Calamity Gavin. Calamity Gavin. Calamity Ganon.
Calamity Avenue. Let's go to Calamity Avenue.
So how are the adventures of your kawaii anime weeaboo neko girl?
A whole lot better now that she's actually able to enter dungeons and shit, and that you're not having to overlevel by 20 levels just so you can solo the dungeon because no one's joining. Turns out there's actually quite a lot of need for DPS, which is weird. But yeah, no, enjoying it. She's not died yet, which is good. She's now level 30, so she's like 3/5 through the main campaign again.
Yeah.
So it's all good. Now, I'm actually just enjoying the character a lot better. And yeah, she's an archer, but she's different to a World of Warcraft archer in the fact that she can move and fire at the same time.
Oh my god. The technology.
I know, right? It's great. None of this standing still then repositioning business. No, you can move and reposition at the same time. It's almost like they want your characters to be flexible and mobile.
And fun.
Yeah. I mean, that being said, I've still got... that happened this week. I have got my character reserved, or a character reserved, on World of Warcraft Classic. He's the most generic-looking human known to man. He's now going to be called Generico.
Generico.
Yep. And there's going to be, I think there'll be a little mini-series of his misadventures, or his generic adventures. I don't know.
You could have called him Hugh Man, like Hugh, like MANN. Hugh Man.
Hugh Man. Yeah. I mean,
Who are you? Human. This is like, I can tell you're a human. Like, what's your name? It's like, first name Hugh, last name Man.
Now, I've decided I'm going to give him the voice of like a what ho? I'm just going to be a generic posh person.
Oh, indeed. Indubitably.
But you know, just I've got like my
Generico.
My opening thing for him as well. Just like, yes, I was born to a loving mother and father. My father, my father Richard and my mother Colette, and they gave me the name Rico. No prizes for guessing where that came from. But yeah, no. So far, the Final Fantasy goes good. And, you know, when I actually get to the expansions, which I actually like A Realm Reborn, and its storyline, and its progression, and apparently people saying that's currently, like most RPGs, the worst part of the game. It's the expansions that are usually better. So if this is good now, I better not be disappointed with how good or not good the expansions will be. But, yeah, that's me and that's what I've played.
Very exciting. Well, I hope you enjoy continuing on through Final Fantasy XIV with your Neko waifu.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So, yeah, that brings an end to what's been played. So it is now time to go to the news.
News time.
News time.
Good news time. But yeah, it's not just news time. It's bringing back of a faithful, long-lost segment that we've had called Let's Shit on BioWare. So, we've not talked about Anthem for a long time. That being said, nor's anyone else.
It's because it's been forgotten in the ether.
Yeah. The Cataclysm event's come out. Is anyone playing it? Did they even announce it? No.
I was going to say, when did this happen?
Apparently it happened last month. First I've heard of it. A bit too late now anyway. I've cancelled my EA access. But, yeah. So people that are also not involved with Anthem anymore is apparently the lead producer of Anthem, Ben Irving, as this news article from PC Gamer suggested, is just decided that he's leaving BioWare and joining another publisher. You know, any other publisher or developer. Developer, not publisher.
Which one are we on about?
The one that says Anthem lead producer is leaving BioWare.
Oh, he's going to one that has a bright future. So no, it's better than this.
No. He says he believes the game has a bright future. His quote is, "I'll be forever grateful to all the people who gave me the chance to work on great products with amazing people." Andromeda, really?
He might be right. I mean, supermassive stars have a bright future in the form of a supernova.
Yeah, true.
When they explode.
I mean, to be fair, he mentioned Baldur's Gate, which, Baldur's Baldur's Gate, the first Mass Effect, first KOTOR, Jade Empire. Yeah, I liked that game. That was the Kung Fu RPG. But yeah, I believe Anthem has a great future. There is a great team working on it, and I look forward to following its progress and playing it from the sidelines. He wrote, according to the article. My god, yeah, so he didn't reveal where he's going, but his departure may result in some concern within said community. Yeah, if your lead producers decided, fuck this, I'll go somewhere else. Especially when your game's supposed to be, like Destiny, a 10-year plan. So, is Anthem dead?
Yes.
Okay, cool, that was a pretty good discussion.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say? It's a shit show.
Yeah, it's not great, is it? So, yeah, that's the end of the segment known as Let's Shit on BioWare. Oh no, wait,
Except
sorry.
it's not.
Yeah, sorry, let's go back to a segment with this one, because he's not the only lead producer who's left BioWare.
I don't like this one.
Oh no, I know you don't. But this is also from PC Gamer. The lead producer of the next Dragon Age game leaves BioWare, Fernando Melo. So he's they've left the game, left the company before that game's even come out.
Abandoned ship.
Yeah. So apparently, according to this, he said he wanted time to disconnect and explore a couple of ideas for the next chapter in my career. Well, I thought Dragon Age 4 was supposed to be the next chapter in your career, and you left.
Yeah, it kind of tells you something, right? It's just like I need to really think about what my career is gonna, where I want my legacy to be, where I want my career to go. Meanwhile, there is an unreleased game currently in development.
Yeah, that does scream that publisher politics are getting in the way of the game he wanted to do, and therefore he's just decided to go. It's bad news. So I should probably rephrase my question here. Is BioWare dead?
Sorry, what about BioWare?
So I was going to rephrase my question. Instead of just being, is Anthem dead? Is BioWare, the company, dead? Is this something that they're not going to come back from?
It sounds like they might be dying. I mean, they seem to be hemorrhaging producers at an alarming rate, and this comes following a certain a pretty hectic few years of just the development team just self-destructing essentially.
Yeah,
and it's like things didn't get much better if they're still if their lead developers are jumping ship.
It's just bad. People shouldn't be doing this, and especially when you got big names. You had Casey Hudson sort of coming back on and then dropping again, and it's just so wrong. And this is just all EA business. I mean, I know the company is not without fault themselves. I mean, they coined the term BioWare Magic and decided to try and normalize the term stress casualty in their game development workplace. Stress casualty, the term given to PTSD sufferers from combat tours. So, yeah, I don't like, and it's a shame.
Yeah.
Because BioWare have made some really, really good games. The ones I listed before.
Yeah, no, it's a shame, being a fellow Canadian over here. I like to root for Canadian developers or Canadian anything really.
Yeah, I was about to say that yeah.
I like to see my boys go out and succeed, and it's cool when it's cool that as of currently one of the bigger developers in the gaming industry right now is a Canadian developer, and that's great. But it seems like there are conflicts with publishers and just bad internal management, bad corporate culture is hurting them pretty bad. And at the alarming rate that people are leaving this company, I don't know. Their future seems very uncertain. I don't know if they're gonna live past the release of their next game if they don't,
Yeah, is it going to be that? Yeah,
pull themselves together.
Last game. Yeah, no, you're right.
I mean, nothing's stopping them from becoming another Telltale. Just be like, by the way, we don't exist anymore. All of that stuff we're developing doesn't exist anymore. by.
Yeah.
It could happen. Obviously they're not stretched as thin, at least not ostensibly, as Telltale was. Their problem was they just, they went bankrupt because they bought all these licenses and tried to, do everything at once, and they all collapsed on them.
Mm.
Whereas they went too wide too fast and just kind of collapsed under their own weight. BioWare seems to just kind of be going through the motions of just an endless grind that's slowly breaking their souls, which could do the trick just the same, just slower.
Mm. Yeah.
What about you, Steph? What do you think about this BioWare thing?
What was that? I've lost where we are. I'm trying to do something else at the same time.
I bet you are.
We're talking about BioWare, right?
Yes.
About how they seem to just be like failing themselves.
They're falling apart a little bit, and
Yeah.
we're talking about what we think the likelihood of them, collapsing or recovering is.
Bring out Dragon Age, then they can do what they want. That's all I care about.
That's heartless.
Harsh, but sure.
Finish Dragon Age, so I have that story complete, and then fuck off somewhere else if they have to.
Yeah, but I get the feeling at some point it could get to the point where Dragon Age 4 could just get cancelled.
Nope. If that happens, I will make it myself.
So you say if that happens, you'll make it?
I'll make it myself.
Out of
fan
what?
games.
Toothpicks and bubblegum?
Hell yeah! I'll get Darius.
Hey, Darius.
Oh, sweet, it'll come out before my retirement.
From what? Your actual job on this?
Yes.
Both.
Well, the hope is still that we eventually take off like a soaring eagle, right?
Caw! Yeah,
But you don't know. Darius will have it done quicker than you actually think, and then that's what'll make us rich.
Well, Darius, if you're hearing this...
Start making the game!
Yeah, the ball's in your court.
Start making Dragon Age 4 now!
And Darius is like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just like, no, why? Why you got me to do this? I just want to play Vampire.
His year one goal was playing through Vampire. His year 2 goal is finishing Dragon Age 4.
Lofty goal.
Just to start, it will
Lofty.
be good for year 2.
It'd be a hell of a great advertising if we could stamp our logo on the credits when the game comes out.
Yeah, Let's Players, opinion makers, and creators of Dragon Age 4. Oh my
Before
God.
Dragon Age 4, we had 35 subscribers and 6 frequent viewers. Now we're one of the top developers of the world.
All because of Darius.
Shit,
MVP
sorry, I'm
Darius.
daydreaming. Yeah, Darius. Our new COO.
COOCEOCOCK, just whatever.
Oh man, yeah, that'd be cool. But yeah, we'll look to be a better. Well, we'll look to be a company, then we'll look to be a respected company, a company that doesn't make stupid, inappropriate decisions. It's time to move on to a new segment of News Time.
Wow, that was
called...
an excellent unintentional segue to another YouTube group.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you were intentional, but it's for us that was totally forgot about that. So Yogscast, right?
Yeah. So let's
They
bring this
exist.
on to the new segment called YouTubers We Used to Respect Being Stupid.
Oh yeah, I know that game. Fuck, I know that game.
Yeah. So.
Practically invented this fucking game.
Ryan, I'm confused.
Why are you confused?
Well, I'm trying to get on that Final Fantasy you've been playing.
Yeah.
I thought I didn't have an account, so I went to create an account, and then it's telling me I've only got an account to that email. So then, okay, I went to send me. I want to reset my password, and then it says that email's not being used for an account.
What?
I have 2 emails. One what says my email's been used already for my email's already been used for a different account. I then asked it for the password for that email, and it goes, you don't have one.
So I'm wondering if you should just use a new email.
It's annoying. So
I
I
just-
don't
I
have
just-
it, and I have it at the same time. It's really annoying.
Yeah, so you have it and you don't have it at the same time.
Yeah. However,
It's
this is
Schrodinger's
necessarily being
password.
used to register an account. Please use a different email. Then I asked for the password for it, and then when I got the password, this is not being requested to this email. We apologize. Blah blah blah. This email has been automatically sent because you requested an update of your password. However, this email address is not associated with any account.
It sounds like there's some bad business there. I'd just make a new account.
That means I have to use my other email address. I don't wanna. I'm lazy. Shut up, Ryan. Shut up, Duncan.
So yeah, YouTubers were used to respect being stupid. Yeah, Yogscast. So
what is Yogscast?
The Yogscast is it's now a multi-channel network, but it used to just be a channel, didn't it? There were two people that were basically Yogscast, which was Lewis Brindley and a Scott Simon. Yeah, Simon Lane. They have 7.2 million subscribers on YouTube, but they're a multi-channel network now, and a big company, and also a video game publisher. But their main thing used to be Minecraft videos, did it not?
Sounds about right.
It does sound familiar.
Or was it no? Oh, I don't even remember anymore.
I've certainly heard of the Yogscast, I know.
Yeah. But then, the Yogscast as in a podcasting thing and all, but basically they've been in some shit recently. I didn't even realise this. Apparently it said earlier this week, they reported. But some of it was coming from a month ago. According to Bristol Live.
Is this about the inappropriate messages?
It is indeed. So, the chief executive, Mark Turpin, was suspended from Yogscast and then resigned after allegedly sending inappropriate messages to members of the community, according to this article. And, sort of stepped down with immediate effect, which means I admit I did a bad. I hate to know what those inappropriate messages are, but if they're inappropriate enough that you have to immediately resign from a company that you're part of, you are not a good person. But he's not the first, and he's not the last.
I was about to say, isn't he like the first of the third or something?
He was the first. Yeah, the first of three. It doesn't mention what the second one is, but the third member of Yogscast has left the company over sending inappropriate messages. This is a Paul Sykes Sajin, as the username is. And, he's apologised on Reddit, saying, quote, he's really sorry if his actions have caused any upset. But he's been there for 8 years. But now we've got another case of YouTubers who are meant to be role models, and content is aimed towards younger viewers to a point. It's not young viewers like a Fortnite streamer would be, but sort of the younger part of the 18 to 34 crowd. And they can't keep their, what I can only assume is, dicks in their pants. Does YouTube power just corrupt?
I once heard a quote that said that power doesn't corrupt, power reveals. It doesn't necessarily change who you are, but it does show the world what kind of person you've always wanted to be, or had you the opportunity to be that kind of person.
Notch.
There you go. But yeah, it's a sad state in YouTube, man. There's a whole lot of people out there who they're dropping like flies at this rate. You know, it's like there's a new YouTube scandal every week almost.
Yeah.
You know, following in the vein of Mr. Pro Jared, who, wow, that collapsed like a flan in the cupboard.
Oh fucking hell, yeah. Yeah, he did.
A flan in the cupboard with a giant erection.
Yep, and nudes.
Exactly.
Just bad. I mean, if we ever even, I don't think we ever would, but on this case that we ended up getting very big, if there was even an inkling that we were pulling the shit that these channels and creators have been pulling, I'd be very, very fucking disappointed. Mainly, I don't believe that's the culture that we would operate on, but still, as you were about to say there, Duncan, sorry.
I forgot. What was I saying? What did I even say? I don't even remember.
And he was talking about all the YouTubers and like and that went down.
The easy solution is to either not become famous or to not talk to people ever. It's like, I can't be inappropriate to you if I never communicate to you.
Yeah.
Hands off, hands off. No touch.
I did nothing.
Sure sounds like you did something. Oh, they've already come for Stefan. He's not even famous yet, and they've already come for him.
Yep. So, tune in next week where we then have to talk about, the situation that one of the members of Immaterial Gamers has been arrested for sending inappropriate logon details to Square Enix.
They're coming for you. It's like, we believe you're trying to scam us in some way.
All I wanted
We'd
to
like
do
you to
was
come with us.
Look, you asked me to make a service account. Here I am servicing you.
I can't believe they managed to contact the local Manchester Police Department that quickly.
Because he wanted to register with an email address that, while his details were incorrect, his reset password link. No, actually, now that I think about it, it probably just means you never had the account.
But then why is it telling me I've got an account?
Oh, it might not actually be an account. But I think there's like something different from like a Square Enix like loyalty account and the Square Enix, the MOG station, their service accounts. They are two different things. But anyway, that's a separate thing altogether. Right, I'd say it's time that we wrap this podcast up.
Yeah, I say it's time to make like the 3 people talked about on our news today and leave.
Yep. Let's do
we're
that.
leaving? Does this mean we're no longer Mimi Gamers? We're becoming something else?
Yes, we are dissolved as of today.
Yeah, we're now just all individual channels again now. So, yeah. So, this is the wrap-up. So remember, here is the schedule. After you like, rate, and share, and subscribe, and comment, and like again, if that's ever possible, and you put it on your dog's family YouTube channel, you'll want to know what do we do. So, Tuesdays, podcast, you're listening to it. Wednesdays is currently free as a slot, because of hiatusy business. Thursdays is where the team fighting happens. In Team Fight Thursdays, we've got one coming up, which is actually just a two-hander. Just got me and Duncan. We will be playing the first Hextech patch, Team Fight Thursday.
So the first Hextech patch in which I do not use any Hextech characters.
Yeah, it was perfect. What's this? New shiny thing? Nah, I like the old stuff. Fridays, the war table is still going in XCOM. Turns out that endgame episode wasn't an endgame at all.
Plot twist.
I know. Definitely it was the thing
the operative
there.
phrase there.
Yeah. Saturdays is either something immaterially different, or play session, or an immaterial take on. Like last Saturdays, where I just played Ikaruga and talked about how that was effectively the start of Immaterial Gamers way back in 2008, before Immaterial Gamers was even a jewel in the eye. Actually, a jewel in the eye would be painful.
It would be very painful. Why do you want jewels in your eye? Just smash a big old diamond right in there.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm blind, but I'm rich.
Yeah. And then
I can buy a new eye.
Yeah. And then Sundays, every now and again, it's sibling rivalry, because fun times. And then finally, Mondays, going rogue or role-playing. What did you call it, Stefan, that one time?
Call what?
Did you call the role-playing immaterials, role-playing gimmies or something? You were going to rename role-playing Not Imma Games into something else.
I can't remember.
You expect Stefan to remember that. You can't even remember what we was doing an hour ago.
We're kicking ass on LOL.
Yeah, you definitely didn't remember that.
We were getting our ass kicked on LOL, actually, an hour ago. An hour and 20 minutes ago, we were kicking ass.
Okay. I was off by 20 minutes, I'm sorry.
That's 33%.
Well, what we'll do is we'll let them get back to remembering stuff. And, yeah. Remember, we're available on the YouTubes, but we're also available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, because I've not been plugging that a lot. Links are all in the Wingle Wangle.
Wingle Wangle? I don't like people to be playing with my Wingle Wangle.
Yeah. But, yeah. So, until then, thank you, Duncan. Thank you, Steph.
Thank you.
Always good to be here, except when it's not.
You've been saying that a lot.
That's a joke.
Okay.
Don't think too hard about it.
Alright, I won't. And, hey, look at that. I've forgotten. Right, cool. Until next time, please don't kill each other.
Unless it's for entertainment.
Oh, God. Right, we'll see you next week, guys.
Don't kill each other, and don't, I mean, you can...
More for my entertainment.
I mean, you can leave a company, I guess.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Yeah, just leave.
If any more from BioWare want to leave, you can join Darius. Join Darius and help him make the next Dragon Age game. Go right ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, taking all applications. Literally all of them.
Yeah. We'll take all of them. Just hold BioWare just moves.
Yeah. I'll leave his information there. He'll be absolutely grateful for it.
You will be working in a bungalow, though. I mean, like a flat.
Yeah. We go now.
We go now.
All right. Bye.